Hello, everyone. Good evening and happy Wear Red Day. It is February 7th, and it is Wear Red for Health, Heart, and Women. And this morning, I had shared a statistic on Facebook that heart disease in women is a higher death rate than all cancers combined for women. And so we need to do our part on sharing what we can do to become more healthy and more aware of heart health. So I have 5 things that I want to cover, and one of them will be a little bit deeper in depth. So the obvious one that you probably know is no smoking. That's the most obvious one. And that has gotten better over the years. So smoking has decreased, and that has helped. However, we do need to focus on other things, and because America's gotten so fast-paced and so used to the fact of having stuff immediately, that it has created an abundance of fast food, an abundance of convenience foods, an abundance of people that want things fast, so they're picking up pizzas or prepackaged things that just take a few minutes because they need to get out the door to, something else, a meeting, a kid's football, soccer, whatever sport it is. And so we are always looking for something fast, and then it becomes things that's probably not as healthy. So we need to become more aware of that. The second thing that I have on there is to move your body. Of course, that's important. We need to circulate the blood. We need to get our heart rate up every once in a while. And, exercise burns a lot of calories. So if we're more sedative, then we are not burning calories. And so we need to be moving our body. And also, when we move our body, it builds strength in muscle and bone. And as we age, that is very needed. So exercise is very important. And over the past few years, they've even noticed that increase in just strength training, like with resistance bands, or even just doing a repetitive exercise builds muscle and can help someone that is aging as far as not having as many falls and breaking bones. So even if you are just doing hand exercises, even if you're not using weights, is beneficial. Studies have shown that. So it is important to move our body. Even walking, even if you're in a cold climate like I am in Minnesota, even walking in place in your house is beneficial. So, things to keep in mind. Number 3 is get sleep. Sleep time is when your body rebuilds, and it is very important for your overall health. So make sure you're trying to get sleep. And if you need, tips or something like that, then, ask for a resource or Google it and see what you can do to improve on health. A lot of times we get in the habit of not going to bed early enough. And I have made a habit of that over the past probably 6 months to getting to bed earlier than what I was. And that has helped me be more rested when I wake up. The fourth thing is less stress. Stress is hard on the body. Stress makes us do a lot of weird things, and it plays on our hormones, which in our hormones, as far as our heart goes, it has a hormone called cortisol, and it helps or makes us have belly fat. And so that is not good for our heart. So less stress, however you can find balance in your life to have less stress is going to be beneficial to you. And the fifth thing that I have, and I will go a little bit deeper on this one, is healthier food choices. Because a lot of heart health comes down to our food choices. And we want to make sure that we're eating a lot of lean meats, that we're eating a lot of beans, legumes, nuts, seeds, and then other whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, all of those grains. But we want to do grains in a smaller portion because a lot of grains do have carbs as well. And as we age, we tend to store more sugars from those carbs than burn them. And so you want to eat more protein than carbs because your body will burn the calories from the carbs before it burns from, it will burn, let me back up here. So your body will burn more carbs or more calories from protein than it will carbs if you're eating them together. So you don't want to overdo the carbs, because if you overdo the carbs more than the protein, your body will hold on to the calories from the carbs and store that as energy. So it's important to do less of those than a higher portion. And then, of course, your fruits and vegetables. We want to make sure we're increasing vegetables. There's lots of options out there, and I feel like a lot of times people get stuck on the same few vegetables that they eat at meals, and we need to venture out and try other vegetables. How many of you can say that you buy on a regular basis like asparagus and beets and carrots and cabbage? Or are you just buying vegetables that come in a can and you're kind of stuck to the same kind of 2 or 3 things? We need to buy the produce to have healthier options. Buying cucumbers and zucchini and asparagus and having those on hand. And a lot of those you can find dishes to make ahead of time so that you're not cooking and cutting and slicing and doing all those things every single night. You can prep a lot of those things to make life a lot easier. And that's another thing that will keep you on track for a healthy lifestyle. So digging a little bit deeper into the healthier options, I just wanted to cover protein a little bit more. So protein is an essential macronutrients that help you build and rebuild muscle and bone. So it is very important to have protein. And the last few years, there's been studies, and it shows that Americans are really under-eating in protein. And so it is very beneficial to find out the amount of protein that you're supposed to be eating and targeting that, because you're going to, for one, burn more calories if you increase the protein and decrease the carbs. So that is a great thing. And then you add the fiber in there, and the fiber also helps you burn calories because your body has to work harder at it. So that is a great thing. The other thing that I wanted to cover as far as the protein and your heart is protein can help lower cholesterol levels. So it is important to get the protein. And protein should be paired with a vegetable that is fibrous. It works very well together for the body. And so when you think of having protein in your main meals of the day, you should think of also having a lot of fiber. And I would suggest at least trying to find more fiber in at least 2 of your meals, because then you know that you're getting a fuller balance. Let's just say a lot of people right now are, if they're making choices at lunchtime that they're going to a fast food place, or Even if you go to a sit-down place and you order a burger and fries, what are you getting for fiber there? Maybe a slice of tomato and a slice of lettuce on a burger, and sometimes not even that, depending on what kind of burger you order. So you're getting very minimal fiber in that meal. So I suggest trying to focus at least on 2 of your meals to have some type of fiber. If you find that hard, then have things cut up and ready to go in your refrigerator. So if you do go out and eat with the coworkers, that you can come back and have some cucumber slices and carrots. Have something easy to help you get that fiber in. And if you don't do that part, then make sure you get your fiber in the morning and when you get back home, because that is going to help you so much. Another thing with higher protein is our body tends to hold a lot of inflammation, and protein can help decrease inflammation, so it can help your overall health. So that is a plus for us when we increase our protein, that it is decreasing inflammation, and that is going to help your heart. Your heart does not like inflammation. It is a stressor to the body. And I've already said this, but I will just bring it up again. Protein helps maintain a healthy weight. And so focus on protein and less carbs, higher protein, less carbs, and increase your fiber, and you will be good. If you have any questions, put them in the comments and we will touch on that later. Have a good evening.